Okay, so you should be seeing OSTRIV. We should be good to go. If you've got the game, say I got the game or something, I don't know, should be good to go. It's showing back on my stream playback that it's going up anyway, so I think we are doing okay. So thank you for tuning in if you are already here. We're just going to be relaxing and doing some chill city building in our town of 1,093 individuals. It's December of 1760 here. So last episode, got the game. Robert the Rooster, hey, how you doing? Good to know it's working for you. Last episode that I put up on YouTube a couple days ago, we built out this area. In here, we've got all sorts of other different stuff we can do. We also have to, at some point, do something down here. Doing good. How are you? I am doing pretty well. Had a pretty relaxing Sunday. Worked on some projects and now excited to spend a couple hours playing some OSTRIV with you guys. First time live streaming on YouTube versus Twitch, so that's a fun milestone there. Just trying to think, like, what do I want to put right here? I think it's probably going to end up being cows or something similar to that vein. One of the commenters said, hey, you should put some churches and stuff, or he called them pray TMs, which I thought was pretty funny. But at any rate, we'll go ahead and get this going on turbo mode here. We do need to add some more houses over here. We have still some open vacancies, so we can definitely do something over here in terms of housing additions. Just got back from the grocery store. Shelves are bare, but yeah, perfect timing. Yeah, it's depending on where you are, it can be a little strained with supply stuff. I know we've got some stuff down here where I live that's kind of hard to come by. Not as bad as it was in the beginning of the pandemic, though. Put in a couple more of these houses right here. Then we'll come along this side and add some more as well to kind of get this more or less set up how we want it to go here. I made some chicken tortellini soup today. It was pretty good. Completely irrelevant to anything that's going on here, but hey, while we're here in a live chat, just hanging out, no harm in telling people about what was going on today, I suppose. I think I can probably squeeze one more in this general area. Let's see if I can get away with doing something like this. This is going to be interesting if this ends up working how I think it's going to. Because I think this will leave us enough space here. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, that sounds bomb. It was a pretty tasty soup. Simple. You know, just chicken thighs and some cheese tortellini, tomatoes, onions, good stuff like that. It's tasty stuff. But I digress. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is start doing some decoration type stuff. I think I can get this to line up nicely like here. Yep, looks like it. And I think I can fit the smaller version over here. Yes. If you ever played Prison Architect, I have. I have a lot of hours in Prison Architect. Random question, but it's a really good game. It would be cool to see on the channel. Yeah, I thought about it. I know there's been a lot of updates to it. I played, I don't think when the game was brand new, but I played quite a lot. Well, it's not going to let me put a fence there. That's too bad. Guess we'll just kind of leave that alone then. Yeah, I thought it was a fun game. Kind of CPU bound at the higher populations. It just really slows down. I think I had a prison that had 1,000 people in it once. It gets to be way too much to manage after a certain point. But that could possibly be a interesting one to put on the channel at some point. I think for now we're pretty set in terms of content, because I am going to run out of daily stuff to do for OSTRIV pretty soon, which is why it's probably going to transition more to just streaming. Yeah, right. Yeah, Steven, I'm Yeah, well, you already know because we've talked. But there's going to be a lot more Timberborn stuff, and then I'll probably bring in another game to supplement that whenever that's done. But there's a lot going on in Beaver Game. Lots and lots of fun stuff. CP bound at 700 plus population. Yeah, that's wild stuff. So I think we're going to have this area south of here is probably going to be more production type stuff. Probably not going to be too many more houses on this general part of the island. I've seen the Timberborn still go. Yeah. So, Robert, if you're not aware, Steven also streams on Twitch. It's at Steven's Universes, I believe is his Twitch handle. He was streaming earlier today and I was catching some of it. He's got, what do you have, like 700? Yeah, I think you might have had like high 600s when I was watching earlier. It's a lot of beavers. But the game just chugs. It slows down to a crawl and it is just really kind of impossible to play. But hey, I'm still getting 165 frames per second on mine, and Steven's got a better computer than I do. So I don't even want to imagine how bad it's going to be when I get that far. Hopefully they optimize the game a little bit more. But, I mean, it is early access, so not too much you can do about that. It's not going to let me click on this one, is it? Ah, yes. We're all streaming on Twitch. Drop that link in the chat and I'll go follow you. I think the only difference between the 5900X and the 3900X, which is what I have, is there's like a slightly higher clock speed on the 5900X, like maybe like 100 megahertz. There could also be a very small difference in cache size, but I haven't looked into it too much. I actually don't know if YouTube will let you put links in the chat. I've not ever streamed on YouTube, so I don't know what it gets past the filter. Anyway, we got our weird little not quite a parallelogram house here. Looking pretty good. So I think this is probably not quite wide enough to put something in the middle here. Unless I were to put some trees. Yeah, why don't we do that? That sounds interesting. Just put trees right down the middle of this road here. We certainly have the space for it. That's something different we've not done before. We'll leave this kind of open because school gate. Alright, so that's something that's a little different here. Where we've got our trees in the middle of the road. That should be at least marginally interesting. And we're going to need to put some stuff here, so why don't we just go ahead and pop in a couple wells. Those are always needed. Get those built up. And we're doing okay on iron. We're probably going to have to just start buying regular iron again because we just can't import enough iron ore. And that's fine. Yes, I'm liking this so far. Still need to put something here. I remember I said something in the last episode about putting a fence around the school. As soon as that was all taken care of. So why don't we go ahead and take care of that. Now, I think if I did this correctly, I should have enough room in the middle here for another one of those gates. Let's find out. Let's see if I did a smart here. Ho 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 ho. I think I did. So we'll just close this in. Nobody has to know except the people that are watching it right now. Well, that helps a little bit with some land development here. We'll go ahead and put some trees around the school because why not? All right, there we go with that. Just whispered to you on Twitch. Oh, I forgot you could do that. I think somebody else did that to me the other day, and I'm like, I don't know how to access this. I will check that out in a moment here. Probably the next time I end up taking a break for bathroom or whatever, I'll go click on that for you. Rooster95, gotcha. So is there anything specific that you guys want to see during this stream? Something you want to see built in the town or what have you? Anything that I haven't covered so far? Alright, Derkachi's here. We know what they do every time. They're pretty predictable. Got plenty of leather. We actually have a pretty good storage of metal parts, which is surprising. Buy some iron ore. We've got lots of potatoes. We've got lots... Actually, no, we don't have any dried fish. It's because it's just started fishing season, I suppose. These are active here. Are you the only one that starts at new villages and thinks it's super satisfying? No, I don't think so. I think new villages can be extremely satisfying. You just have to know exactly what you're doing so you don't get bogged down too bad. Like, I personally enjoy the late game more, but there's definitely an element of enjoyment to be had with the newer towns. So I gotta find something to do right here. We have our granaries here. We have some warehouses already. Construction office is probably going to go away pretty soon. Set one for only... I'm assuming you mean dried fish? I guess I could. Are you referring to the fishing dock or a granary or whatever? Because I do have a granary up here that is just for fish. If you have enough salt coming in, yeah. So I've got one, it's 10,000 and 10,000 dried fish, excuse me, and regular fish. I don't know, you might not be able to see depending on how big of a screen you're watching on. But, and it's not completely full, so I think we could probably actually have some more fishing docks if we felt like it. Okay, so yeah, fishing docks, only dried fish. I probably could. I've got them doing kind of both right now. Oh, I actually don't have anyone during the off-season. I don't think that has anything to do with that. We could try that. Go ahead and put in another fishing dock up here next to this, this granary and just set that to only dried fish. We can do that. Let's see if that does anything interesting for us here. If you could implement your own ideas into the scheme that doesn't exist yet, what would you put into the game as an experienced player? That's a good question. I would be very interested in more private businesses. I know that's on the development map, but like the tavern right here, I really like the idea of the tavern because you have a house that a family lives in and also runs a business out of that you can tax them twice on, so you get more money. But if you had like the tavern, if you had, say, like a multi-story building that had like a shop on the bottom and then on the top floor the family would live or whatever, and they could do stuff like, you know how your marketplace will sell X, Y, and Z items and all that stuff. If you could have just general space available for business for people to sell whatever, even just goods that already exist in the game, and have that as another vector of economic development, I think would be pretty fun. And I do think that is something that's being added, but I think that's probably the thing I'm most looking forward to. Then there's basically nothing been done with healthcare at all. But I don't know exactly how much that would tie into 18th century city building outside of, you know, people getting sick and having doctors to aid in stuff like childbirth or whatever, or having something locked behind that for you can't grow beyond a certain population unless you have adequate medical care available. Whatever, that could be an interesting thing. If I do only produce dried fish, and then just go ahead and hire to be, I guess I could just go here and copy paste all this. But if this only produces dried fish, I guess it still has to have a fish like caught at that fishing dock. So we'll see what that does. Something I just thought of is if you would like to see peasants, upper class, and then royalty into the game. Yeah, so I don't know too much about Ukrainian history in terms of how their power system worked outside of the involvement with the USSR and all that, but that's way after the scope of this game. I think there's probably something similar to like a medieval type feudal society. Catch the fish and then dry it. Yeah. Yes, we'll get them set up with boats and they should be good to go. We'll see what they end up oh. Well, if I say only produce dried fish and then I say the limit on dried fish is 0, they're probably not going to do it, are they? Well, alright. We'll keep it look at that. But yeah, I think especially with, let's see if I can click on somebody here. The fact that they have education levels leads me to believe that at some point the education tab is also going to have like maybe like a finishing school, they might call it, where you could have people learn elements of like a higher class society. And then that kind of thing. Because I don't think universities were very common in the 1700s, pretty much anywhere in the world. I mean, obviously you still had them, but the average farmers or peasants, as you will, were almost certainly not sending any children to those. But for the idea to exist in the game of localized education or maybe even apprenticeships at a place like, say, a smithy, you could have an apprentice smith starting when he's like, I don't know, 15, 16, come in and learn alongside workers and then become like a manager or something. Like none of these buildings actually have managers except for the farms. And I guess technically the school because they're a teacher. I think that would be kind of cool. Introduce different trade-based things. Bigger houses, yes. I would love to have... Why are chickens dying of starvation? All right. Why? How are they out of food? Because we have food. Oh, we don't have any wheat. That's the primary source of chicken food. I guess we have to fiddle with our farm stuff. Or buckwheat, wow. Okay, well I guess I kind of brought that on myself. We're growing wheat here. So I guess I need to be more diligent about keeping track of different stuff. Okay, so why... There's got to be some sort of food they can eat. Sunflowers, linseeds. We really not have any linseed either. We're looking here. 4. Okay. Yeah, we need to, at some point tonight, I think we're going to make another farm. And it's probably going to be over here. We'll see. But, the whole bigger houses thing, yeah, I definitely would love to see that. Something I think would be cool, like a hotel type of building would haul like seasonal workers that live at that spot during the season for certain. Oh, so like a hostel or a boarding house or something? That would be kind of fun. Not hold, but cater to those that work seasonally near buildings that have those buildings. I know that doesn't really... Oh, it makes sense. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, so in my mind's eye, that would be more akin to like a hostel or not a halfway house, like a boarding house or something where you just have like someone, instead of like a family lives in an entire building, you have like a bedroom in a house and like a single person can rent it, or like a student, or transient isn't the right word. But while we're here, Derkachi is here, at least. We'll go ahead and... We actually can't buy any wheat or buckwheat from them, which is unfortunate. But I'm not too worried about the chickens dying off because they reproduce incredibly quickly. And we'll have some wheat soon enough. So let's go ahead and get started with a farm over here. I think it would be pretty smart of us to do. Like a government building that runs out of citizens, can grow your population and stuff like that, and also would be... Okay, you talking about like a state-sponsored thing, like a shelter or something like that? Rents, okay. Rents out space. I'm not too familiar with how the economics of that work specifically. But I mean, this is a game that has a closed-loop economic system where you can have you pay people and then tax people on their earnings, then also take it away after a certain amount of time. Man, all the chickens are going to die, aren't they? Alright, well, we have the ability to not do that So if we send a messenger to all of these places, we can go ahead and import some food for the chickens so they don't all die forever. They're just everywhere. But see, it's not the full-grown chickens. Okay, well now it is the full-grown chickens. But it was the hatchlings first, which I thought was interesting. Aside from the SoundCloud life, this is the best thing I've seen. Alright, interesting observation there. Not sure what OSTRIV has to do with SoundCloud, but I'll take that as a compliment. See, these people... Man, nobody has any wheat or anything. You can go ahead and buy some mead, though. Pretty convenient. I don't think there's anything else I can sell. Okay, we'll get that back going again. More chickens dying of starvation. Yep, you know it. That's the way things go here. Just time for chickens to all die, I guess. Alright, this is our other people. Seriously, nobody is selling anything that I can feed my chickens? For shame. Man, come on. Somebody's got to have something for me to feed chickens here. Well, I guess we can't really help too much of that. Are these all dudes that were just supplying stuff here? Alright, Barvin Cove, do you have anything for us? No. Oh, come on. Buckwheat. I'll take buckwheat. But at some point, I'm going to need more than that, you know? This game is so beautiful in terms of visual aspects, and the detail is superior to anything I've seen gaming-wise, at least recently. I'm sure people that play this game also agree. Yes. That's something I've definitely said quite a lot. It's a fun game. They've done a good job with it. I don't need to buy textile. I have plenty of stuff getting made. Sell the salt. I mean, I'm always on SoundCloud, but now I'm here on YouTube watching some calming 1700 city building gameplay. Okay, I understand what you're getting at. I appreciate it. Young Skidmark. Interesting name you got there. Meanwhile, the chickens keep dying. It's a hard life over here in Chicken Land. That's fine. We'll get our buckwheat situated, and we'll just plop some other chickens over there. I don't think any of these other ones have any chickens dying. It's just these two that haven't been supplied properly. Actually, this already has wheat, so I think we can go ahead and get this populated again. I think these guys have plenty of food. And we're just awaiting quite a bit of wheat and buckwheat here. Yeah, this will be alright. If we pop these back in here, for some reason we kept running out of food. It's a kind of annoying thing to happen. Oh no, these people are back. Still don't have anything for me here. Got plenty of flour though. Get that sold up. I have to click on it again for some reason. Clothing. No, it's all looking good. Alright, so the farm is done. Go ahead and hire a manager. Go back to our other farms, and you know the drill. Just copy paste all this. So eventually what we're going to do here is put some more houses on this side of the river, but for now I think it's probably fine. We don't have any oxen, but we are going to go ahead and order those. We've got until March to get this all figured out. But since we have a manager employed, we can go ahead and start with the fields over here. Tried and true, 50, 50, 50, 50. Why not, right? Did I not get full 50 size here? Might not have. Haha. Alright. Yeah, that works. Kind of. It's not perfectly straight, but we'll survive. Alright. There's 2. keep the same stuff over here. This, of course, will be used next season. I'm thinking it's probably going to have to be, come on. It's probably going to have to be mostly wheat and buckwheat. So that seems to be what we're missing the most here. Actually, before we get too cute with this, let's go ahead and put in a little archway here for decoration purposes. Then we can line this up right here. Right there in the middle. And get this relatively straight, or as straight as I can get it, looking at a monitor that's curved. I think that's probably fine right there. There's our 50-50. I guess they're going to have to remove some trees, which is fine. I think the advantage of doing this game in videos is if you need to, you can speed stuff up. In a live stream, you kind of can't. So you're kind of stuck with it. So apologies if this gets to be a little bit dull or boring at times. That's just the reality of late game OSTRIV. You don't always have the ability to have super exciting stuff happening at all times. It still is too long. Okay, that's not quite 50-50-50-50, but it's going to be close enough, for our purposes at least. Somehow this hasn't lined up, which is kind of disconcerting, but I've done worse. Alright, that is a full 50-50-50-50, so we do have 6 fields here. This is actually supplied fully for oxen. So since we're over here, we're going to go ahead and put in the full gamut of stuff, which is going to be cow sheds, maybe a pigsty, and all that good stuff. But if it's still a mowing season, we might be able to get away with putting a couple of these hay dryers generally around here, see if those get any traction here. Alright, so... okay, not a mowing season, so that'll be next year. What we can go ahead and do is put in a nice big hay barrack right over here. Just like so. Then on the back side, of course, put a cow shed facing the other way. If I can find a spot that'll let me actually build it. That'll be fine there. You know, we actually could put a couple more of these big hay barracks, or we can put in a warehouse that'll let us put some of our other farm goods, which is probably a little bit smarter of a thing to do. Oh, it's not going to let me put this here because of this hay dryer. Well, we can fix that problem easily. Easily fix that. So while they're taking care of that, let's take a look at our fields here and get these fully set up. I think this is going to be wheat, wheat. Then same exact thing here. Same exact thing here. We'll just rotate this twice. And then this one is going to end up being buckwheat and potatoes. Then we're going to do buckwheat again because we can somehow never get enough of that. I wanted to try buckwheat and sunflower, but I don't think it's going to let me get away with that too much. I could do probably one of those, buckwheat, sunflower, and then fallow. Let's actually try that again, see if that ends up being anything interesting here. So we've got that set up like that, set up like that, set up like that, set up like that, start like that. We'll just go ahead and activate all of these so we don't have to worry about it next time around. That should be set up pretty nicely. All right, so we have this big hay barrack is constructed, and they're already putting some hay in there. I guess that's what 50 hay looks like in that tiny little pile. Cowshed, of course. Accessible as always. Go ahead and apply all that. And now it's December, so we should probably go ahead and get a couple of bulls to be oxen here. So we'll do 2 out of this one, 2 out of this one, and 2 out of this one should take care of that farm over there. And we have 2 warehouses here, so our most common things that need to be stored in a warehouse are going to be, oh, uncheck that, from a farm are going to be wheat. So let's go ahead and put a cool 10,000 in here. And then also from a farm, ooh, barley. We're going to be able to do that soon, hopefully. We're not growing any hemp over here. We're not growing any flax. Can't put buckwheat in a warehouse. Could be sunflowers. We're not really going to have that many ever. But we can do 2,500 sunflowers, and then we can do more wheat. Why not? So we can put that at 7,500. And then you know the drill. We'll copy all of this. Looking good here. And we should have our plows soon enough. Yeah, some of this we can sell. So why don't... Oh, wow. They've got a lot of stuff we can buy. Let's go ahead and buy 19 cows and 1 bull. See what happens. I think it will put them in this newest cowshed. We can hope, at least. Okay, we'll get that. Don't need 20 laborers for this. Guess those are the only 2. Alright, that's fine. So we now have all of our plows, which should be a-okay, good to go for next season. So let's go ahead and slow down again here, because we still have open vacancies. And I think if we put houses along the shoreline here, they can still reach the market. Yes. So we're going to line this entire shoreline with some houses here. If I can see what side has the door. Is it this side? Yeah. This side has the door. Okay. Just start popping these down. Nice and easy. It's kind of hard to see because of the whole, snow thing. Just a minor inconvenience. So all we're doing here is just providing some more housing for people to live in nearer to the farm. That'll line this entire area right here and probably connect. Actually, we could put another bridge. Yeah, we don't need another bridge. Go ahead and pop this in like so. And then hit one more right here. That's going to be pretty dense over there. So since we have all this extra space over here, why don't we go ahead? No, it's not going to let me put new walls. All right, well, never mind. So we're actually going to, in that case, get rid of these 2 and then just kind of evenly distribute here. So I think that ought to work like that. Kind of ease into that. And look at all this. We have very busy builders here in a minute. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No, I can't count. I don't know, I'm going to give up counting on that, but we got a lot of construction workers. They're going to have all sorts of stuff to do. Of course, the obvious goal being to fully staff during planting and harvest season. So I think we should be safe with 6 full-size fields for the first year. We are going to go probably at a 7th. We will see. I think the way this is set up, we're probably always going to have 2 fallow fields over here, which is probably fine. And now we just get to watch some building happen. I love this sound. It's nice. Now, before they get too far ahead of themselves, we are going to need some wells over here. So we'll go ahead and put one there. They're going to get really mad if they don't have access to water. There are a couple over here, but we'll go ahead and improve their access with a couple more. Right, like so. And we'll move these up the order here. Yeah, that ought to be fine. Now there's not too much we can do outside of hurry up and wait, so let's just chill for a minute and watch them build some houses. Hopefully at some point they actually start building this house. I think they might be doing this well first. They're just being kind of slow right now. I love as soon as I decide to, like, you know, sit here and watch, they just stop. Perfectly normal behavior. Oh, and of course now they're actually building this house before they finish the well that was supposed to be built first. That's fine. Wow, I've been watching forever. First time I've seen the stream. For the love of life. Hey, welcome. I've seen you. You subscribed a long time ago, I think, from what I remember. Yeah, this is my first YouTube stream. I've been streaming on Twitch for a couple of months now. I started OSTRIV streaming maybe a month and a half ago on there. Around the time I got affiliate status. Yeah, hoping to branch out a little bit more and do some more YouTube stuff, because people like you who've been supportive basically this entire time ought to have a chance to watch too, if they're not going on to Twitch that often. So yeah, we'll be live for at least a little while more tonight. Doing a little bit of streaming. And then I will put in probably a streamed recap episode that will go up tomorrow. Then we'll have Timberborn Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe another time this upcoming week too. But the good thing about streaming on YouTube is you have automatic archiving. Yeah, so it's exciting. So anyone who wants to watch the stream but missed it can watch in perpetuity on the channel, unless I ever take them down, but I probably won't. So yeah, this is the secret behind the sauce, I guess. I guess you could say. It's the same stuff you would have seen in an episode, except it's live and I don't get a chance to edit out any mistakes or anything, but I don't end up doing that too much anyway. It looks like the cows we ordered came into this one anyway. I thought they might, which is looking good. Yeah. Lots to be happy with here. I think things are going quite well. If you just came in right when you sent that message, we queued up, I don't know, probably about 20 houses to be built along this entire riverbank here to kind of complete this whole thing. That'll be nicely tied together. And we just put in this new farm, of course, and there'll be other production type things for people to take care of as well. And we do have a cow shed here. I'm probably going to put in some pigsties. I got one here, and then I've got a couple more over here. But pigs seem to be doing just fine. If we have enough potatoes, which it looks like we do, we could probably add a couple more. So I'll probably end up putting those over here. So we might as well just go ahead and do that while we have the chance. So where's the entrance to this? Oh, clicked the wrong button again. Wanted to push F, but I've been playing a lot of Timberborn, and the rotate key in Timberborn is R. And of course in OSTRIV, R is the free rotate, which can get very confusing very quickly. But we'll get a couple more pigsties over here. We'll mix those in to our building queue. So we'll have those. We've already got the cow shed. I'll probably put in a slaughterhouse over here. And then next to the slaughterhouse, put in a cart shed, cart parking or whatever, so they can acquire their pigs. They like to have that. So you know how that always works. Yep. And we've got almost fully staffed with laborers on the farm sowing all the different seeds and everything. So yeah, stuff's looking really nice. That's one thing I really appreciate about this game, is it is pretty much self-sustaining after a certain point if you have all of your stuff set up correctly. If we turn our problems thing on, most of the problems I see are just people that are temporarily out of money. We have a couple people complaining about food, but that's to be expected because we did start running out of a couple things, which is, of course, why we started building the other farm. Yeah, there's not too much else we can do at this exact moment outside of just kind of chilling and watching some construction happen. So hopefully that's something you enjoy, because that's going to be a lot of this happening on the stream. We'll just see exactly how far we can get. I've got a little bit of time, probably another hour or so. And then we'll call it a night for that. But yeah, if you're here, thanks for being here. Is one heck of a queue. Yes, absolutely. It had, I think, 8 more items in it before you came in. But I've got like 40-something builders, so they're gonna take care of it pretty quick. It just depends on having all the stuff supplied correctly. While we're here, let's check our firewood supply. Okay, we got 53,000. I think we're probably okay. But since we have the stuff starting to get built up a little more over here, we have this forestry here doing that. We have that forestry there. We probably could stand to have another forestry over here. Let's see if I can get one in here where it's not going to require a ton of tree removal. I saw 5. There we go. We'll pop that there. That'll get built eventually. Help clear out this area a little bit. So I like how this stuff's coming together here. Still need to think of something to put here. I think it's probably realistically going to end up being... You know, I actually probably could do... Right here, probably could put in a couple of small chapels, actually. Might be a pretty interesting thing to put here. We can take our fence and do something a little interesting like this. Just kind of create a little bit of interesting variety here. That doesn't look too bad. Let's see if I can get a small arch in here like so. Put one there and put another one on this side. It's not going to line up perfectly, but we don't particularly care, do we? Now, if I can get this to look nice in here, it's very close, very close. Big arch, of course, is too big. So we'll just come in here with here and do that. It's something interesting, at least. It's kind of a departure from the other stuff we had going on. And of course, we can come in with the benches. We'll put one there, and then back behind it, we'll plant... We haven't planted any ash trees. Put one of those back there. That sounds kind of fun. And we'll come along here with some dog rose bushes on the outside. Just a little bit of beautification here. Well, if the One True King YouTube guy who's been commenting on here forever watches this VOD, these are your prey TMs. I love that term. Fantastic wordplay. So just put a couple more of these bushes here to kind of ease around this corner. And as we're doing all of this, of course, they're still building houses and stuff over there. We'll go check on that in a little bit. All right, and that is a nice little cap to this area. And these trees will grow up and they'll be pretty tall. It should be pretty nice. So that helps this area out a little bit. Just these lines going everywhere are kind of distracting. So we'll have to build some more stuff over here. Of course, we have this church. We can probably fence in as well. So why don't we actually do that while we're here? Let's see how far. So if I start here, I'm going to go all the way down to here. Okay, yeah, that's about as good as you could expect. Just put that fence there. I love how they just still go down here. A little sideways here. I don't know if I can get somebody to do it again. It was pretty funny. Going all the way down and then underneath. Okay, we can't have that. Can't have that. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. We're trying to avoid people cutting across places like this. So why don't we go ahead and pop this out here like so. And then come across like this. We'll hit this with a nice big arch number 2 for a entrance fitting a place of worship. Right there. Then we'll snake this fence around. gently curved. All right, and that is going to be a little churchyard. We'll probably put some more graves in here at some point as the need arises. But for now, that will keep that area separated a little bit. And will also allow us to do something else here if we want to. Are these chickens doing this again? All right. All right, it's time to stop playing around. Are we out of this again? Yep, we're out of buckwheat. We're out of regular wheat again. It's August. It's August. Come on. It's almost harvest season. It's almost harvest season. Come on. You just got to get through a little bit more. I think what we're going to have to do over here is put in... What are these supposed to be getting? I think, yeah, wheat, buckwheat, sunflower, and linseed. So we're going to have to put a couple of warehouses here for this stuff. So why don't we go ahead and do just that. Just pop those right there. We'll move these way up. Then we'll get those stocked. So that way the laborers can just go from here to here and get that taken care of. So again, it's almost harvest season. We almost escaped. Meanwhile, at the pigsty, we can get that set up. As soon as that's stocked, we can start putting pigs in here. Buy some more iron ore, as we always need. Sunflower oil is good to sell that. It makes tons of money. Finally got a computer that can play everything on Ultra and go for 500 people without it starting to completely lag. It's a good feeling, isn't it? The game is, I think it's better optimized now than it was. But there was a time, I think, I don't know, I can't remember exactly how long you've been watching, but before I built the computer I'm using now, I think very early OSTRIV that I played, before I think before I even started YouTube, I was playing on a computer I built in 2012, and it would start to lag when I got to about 400 people. Thankfully, that's not a problem anymore. As you can see, I've got 12 times speed. I got 1,127 people, and it is... I mean, it's not giving me 165 frames like it's supposed to, but, you know, it's good enough for streaming. Meanwhile, the chickens continue to starve. But you're getting wheat, so stop starving. It is an amazing feeling. It took me forever to remember it was on Humble Bumble. Yeah, so it's, I think that's how I bought it. Because I bought it before it went on Steam. I bought it in Alpha 2? I think it was like late Alpha 2 when I picked it up. And that's how I got the key, and then when I, well, when they put it on Steam, rather, that's, I just linked my accounts and it was fine. Yeah, it takes a while to get through stuff on there. We'll do wheat on this one again. And then this last one, when it gets built, will be sunflowers. Although I probably should be doing linseed instead of sunflowers, because sunflowers are kind of useful and linseed literally only exists for animal feed. At least right now. Come on, stop starving. You've got wheat. How are you still starving? You got food. Eat it. You little weird chickens. This ought to be done pretty soon. But as we are getting set up for other stuff, we should be in decent shape. We just need a lot more wheat. We've got a nice amount of houses here. Not on Humble Bundle anymore. Okay, because I know it was super early. That's how you'd buy it. Get a key from the Humble Bundle. I don't know if it was ever really bundled specifically, but it was on there. Yeah, look at all this. Sheesh. We've got some hay in the big hay barrack. Go over to this other one. It's probably going to be full, huh? Yes. Almost completely full. That's looking nice. Buckwheat and potatoes. Yeah, we really, really need more buckwheat. Fortunately, we still have plenty of manpower to get all this harvest brought in. We still have open vacancies. Unbelievable. At 1,100 something people in the town, we still have jobs that aren't being fulfilled. Okay, so that's done. We're almost done with this little house queue here. Let's go check out the third warehouse and get that queued up for sunflowers. Cool. So that's looking nice. And then something else we can do over here, of course, is going to be cart parking. We have this here. Why don't we put a cart parking right in the middle? Just right there. It'll be nice centrally located for these 5 things here. And this is going quite fast. Since I re-downloaded from Humble Bundle, it is an old version. Yeah, you can get the, I can't remember exactly what version was on there. But I think if you get it on Steam, it will automatically push updates. But, of course, if you want to play the older version, then that's the best way to do it. I think I have somewhere on my computer, I've got the Alpha 2 installer still. Of course, I haven't played Alpha 2 since, I don't know, early 2020. But 42 hours into Timberborn in the past 5 days was probably a good thing it's not there. Yes, you've certainly done your time. 4.2, okay, well that's not too far behind. Man, it's been so long since I've played a game that hasn't gone through Steam. I almost forget how playing games without it works. That's one thing Valve did a very good job of, is getting the market penetration early enough into PC gaming where people just got used to using Steam. Most people's not even a second thought, oh, okay, is it on Steam? Cool, I'll buy it. If not, then I'm not buying it. I think to some degree Epic Games has done the same thing with their store because they keep giving stuff away for free. It's like, I don't even want to play anything on there, but every once in a while someone's like, hey, this is free on Epic Games, go pick it up, and I'll go download it because why not? I don't even play any of that stuff. It's like, what was the point of that? Anyway, this pigsty is all taken care of. We'll get this applied. Yeah, actually, depending on how these other things, this beetroot, carrot, and cabbage, depending on how much of a supply of that, we could actually give more to the pigs. Oh my lord. Okay, yeah, we can definitely give more to the pigs. Can definitely do more of that. People are growing it anyway, who cares? Yeah, I have hundreds of games on Epic and I play like 3 games. Yeah, mood. Alright, well good. If you can open it up from Steam, should be all set. Let's get some pigs over here. Do 1 pig and 1 boar. That one, and then 1 pig and 1 boar over here. And get them started doing their thing. Yeah, like Epic having better sales, I think, isn't even really anything except Epic wanting to get market share by basically losing money, giving people games for free. Which probably isn't working very well, considering that I just said I probably wouldn't play stuff on Epic unless I had nowhere else to play it. I mean, I've got like stuff that I am kind of interested in playing, but don't want to spend money on. If it shows up for free, I'll buy it on Epic, or buy, quote unquote. Then if I feel like playing it, I will, but I think I might have played 2 or 3 things on Epic. The first of which being Fortnite, when that was popular, like really popular 2 years ago. Like, man, I'm terrible at this game. I don't want to play this anymore. Then I don't think I've installed anything else on there. Yes, you were right. Epic is giving away pretty much the brand. Yeah. I mean, there's I don't know if you're familiar with how like a retail sales strategy works or anything like that, but you've probably heard the term loss leader. Like how grocery stores always have the milk in the back of the store priced at a competitive price. They almost always lose money on it, but they know people are going to get it. And they're going to come to the store to get it. So you put it in there, you price whatever you want to get people in the door, and then they spend more money on something else, and you still make money. So I guess that's probably their gamble there, and also the whole thing of data being a commodity in and of itself. It's like, yeah, just how much of our privacy are we willing to give up to play video games for free? I don't know, food for thought. Don't need to get too political or involved with anything like that. It is just video games. But it does make you think about stuff. We've fully harvested all this stuff. Looks like our farms are all doing pretty well. Everything gathered up. That's always good to see. I don't think there's another farm down here. Yeah, no, we're good. Yep, produce is in the front. Eggs and milk are always in the back in the corner. Every time. This slaughterhouse is just about done. Standard practice because you need milk. Yep, that's exactly right. And if you want the milk, you have to walk past all the other crap that people don't want. Gotta get some carts here. There we go. That's all taken care of. Worth it as a consumer, yes. Well, if you are, Stephen, if you're like you and I were when we lived together, and they's like, hey, they got a sale on chocolate milk, and we just go raid the whole place, then yeah, it worked. Doesn't do anything but benefit me, yeah. That's a fair point. I think the biggest thing for me is just being aware of how advertisers tend to treat you as a consumer and having the knowledge to understand when you're being taken advantage of and then avoiding that. I think that's important. But I mean, I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of because they're like, hey, we're going to give you this key for this game for free. Like, all right, cool, whatever. At this point, anything I put on the internet is fair game. If I don't want somebody to know about something, I'm just not going to put it online. That's definitely true, though. The saying, going in for milk and walking out with $100 worth of stuff. We went to our local store once, and I think it was the manager's special section of the chain that we shopped at. Had, God, what was it? Was it those pancakes in a, it's like a pancake and like a plastic tub that you stick in the microwave with a little bit of water in it? Normally like $2 a piece or whatever, but they had these for like 50 cents or some really cheap price. So for literally no reason, we just bought all of them because they were there. It's like, really? We just got played so hard by consumerism. They were pretty tasty, though. Wouldn't have paid $2 a piece, but hey, they got us there. Pigs are doing their thing. They will multiply at some point. We've come a pretty long way so far in the stream. Just over an hour. We've already got all these houses built. We've got another farm. We've got some more stuff done over here. And we still have open vacancies despite having all of these houses built. I think these are these all people that had just gotten married in the town? It looks like they have been. Well, they'll start having children pretty soon. So we can go ahead probably now. If we check our problems out. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Just a standard, we don't have any money thing because, okay, now it's gone. Looking pretty good. Only time I go to Kroger's when I need groceries. Same with Epic. Go once a week for the free game and leave unless they give me a 50. See, they've trained you. They've trained you to expect the coupon. Which I guess is great for the consumer, bad for the company, because then you lose money because people are expecting coupons. But if that's what you're going in there for, then hey, that's completely fine. Haven't gotten the coupon in a few months. Yeah, they probably got wise to it. Yeah, this guy stopped coming in to actually buy stuff. He's just a freeloader at this point. Somebody in the marketing department probably thought it was a smart idea to give people coupons. But if you don't ever use them, then hey, kind of stops making sense to give them coupons if you're not going to use it. Or at least it doesn't make sense to keep going through the effort of sending you a coupon. Theoretically, sending someone a coupon doesn't lose you money until they actually, you know, buy something with it. I guess I probably can't put... This is too far forward. Probably can't put another house there. Move this back a little bit. It still goes way far forward. I don't need that in my life. There we go. That's more like it. Alright, close enough. Whatever. It does that every time. So now we have a ton more houses ready to go. I think they should still be okay on... Yeah, they're still fine on market stalls. We will be putting another market over here somewhere. Probably going to be right about here-ish, if I had to guess. We'll get to that in due time. Do we have all these warehouses set to take from other warehouses? I hope so. Yes, looks like we do. Yeah, see, that's a good point. Yeah, your mom being the perfect example of that. How did we get on the subject? I have no idea. But I'll never forget this. My great-grandmother, I think, lived to be... I think she lived to be like 103. She grew up in the Great Depression, so she was always saving money. And my aunt would always tell me stories of... she would drive her around and do her shopping with her. And she'd go, oh, I got this coupon for 5 cents off a can of beans, or whatever. And like, but Grandma, that's halfway across town. It's going to cost me $4 in gas to drive. It's like, I got a coupon for 5 cents off a can of beans, and I want to use it. All right. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. You think you're saving money because you have this coupon that will give you money off. But the opportunity cost of using the coupon, a lot of the time, is actually higher than the amount of money you save. Economics is interesting. It's something that I thought was fun when I was in college. I just didn't do too well in the class, though. But the concepts have always intrigued me. Let's get them to build this cart parking so we can have these chicken coops not all completely starve out. We got a little bit of wheat. We really need to start importing more wheat. So why don't we go ahead and call our messengers here. Just send those two out. All right, get this queued up here. It seems like this is doing a lot better now. They're not all dead anymore. Okay, import all the buckwheat. And some iron ore. And our other messenger is there. We might need to just go ahead and import some iron for that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Sam's Club is the worst. She buys this specific dog food but doesn't see they raise the price $7 and give a $5 discount. Yeah, they do that all the time. That's how the big box stores get you. We've got membership to Sam's Club and Costco, and you can go between both of them and you can kind of see the games they play with you. Like one week, they'll have this specific like multi-pack of some I forget what it is, some type of like frozen thing. Sam's Club will have it for one price, Costco will have it for another price, and then you go back the next week and the prices are flip-flopped, or this, that, or the other. Or they say, oh, we got our Members Mark brand this or whatever, and then Costco's got Kirkland or whatever theirs is. It's like, it's always the same stuff. And they trick you into thinking you're saving more money because you buy such larger quantities of it. You're like, oh, look at the price per ounce. But then you got 20 hamburger patties in your freezer. Like, okay, well, you have to cook all these at one time pretty much. And then you have 20 hamburgers, which is, you know, is fine because we end up doing that and we take them into work. That's like lunch for an entire week for the entire family and everything. It's like, okay, that works. But if you're like a single person You don't need to shop at the Sam's Club or Costco. It's way too much stuff. It's just like a ridiculous amount of stuff that like no one human being could hope to consume before it goes bad. It is fun to go in there and see all the giant packs of everything, or like the 2.5 foot tall bag of popcorn. Sometimes they have interesting stuff in there. Oh, this forestry is done. We didn't even think about it. This one will be doing wood and firewood, of course. Yeah, who needs 200 hot? That's what I'm saying. It's always such like a, oh, look at this great deal, but it's like something you didn't even want in the first place. Like, why are you doing this? You get presented with the idea that you're saving money, but you're not saving money because you're spending money you weren't going to spend. Man, people who never watch the streams are going to be so confused when they watch this, because the regular videos are just me talking about what's going on in the game, and now we're having discourse about the economics of big box warehouse stores. That's fine. You never know what you're going to get. Let's get these other houses built here. So we still have people, I think it's still marriages going into these. Oh, this one actually isn't full yet. That was a new family. That's a new family. So I guess we reached our capacity for 18-year-olds that want to get married here. At least it's constructive conversation. Yeah. I'm going to try my best to avoid super controversial stuff on here. But, sometimes you can have some fun, right? Had a floating beaver? How in the world did you get a floating beaver? Oh, that's what that was. Alright, what's this look like? That's weird. Is it like building a, building like a platform or something and just got stuck there, or what? Now we're gonna have to get something going here. Can't just keep building the same 4 house designs over and over again. Looks like the farm is doing pretty well, though. Pigs still haven't reproduced, which is annoying. Stuff is looking quite nice. No platform there. Interesting glitch, then. Did you send in a bug report? Like, while we're doing this, I need to make sure I put these fences in back here. And that's better than nothing. We'll put some trees back here in a minute. Just want to make sure I'm trying to make this not look like complete trash. We'll see what that messenger wants in a little bit here. Just want to get a little bit of a head start on getting these fences done here. I think I can go to this house and leave that as a gap. I'll just leave that like so. Looks better than kicking the pants, I suppose. Alright, so that leaves a couple of entrance and exit points here. Should be pretty well set up. That'll keep this kind of organized here. We'll see what we end up doing on the back side of this. But we are going to want to put another market in, and I think that is the logical next step. So probably on the back side of this farm here, let's go ahead and put in some spruce trees all the way down. I just think this looks nice. This will probably take a little bit of time to do. I can't speed it up on the stream because it's live. Almost there. I don't think I can get another 2 trees in here, but we're going to try. That's not going to work. Not going to work. We'll just do that. That's fine. So that's going to be a nice background of stuff, which means we can now come in here, put in a market right here, and we'll just bookend that over here. Let those get built eventually. Just have a couple more of those here. Iron ore, go ahead and get more of that. Buckwheat will always buy some. We're actually doing pretty good on a lot of this stuff. We can sell some flour. Hopefully our wheat generation year over year is helping. How are they doing over here? Just don't have any wheat stored up. We're going to need more wheat. We must just be really churning through it, I guess. Do we even have any stored up? No. So we're producing, and we're spending 12,000 per year. Huh. Interesting. Well, we'll get there. We still have open vacancies somehow after building all these houses here. Guess just goes to show you these people are going to be insatiable in their desire to do stuff, I suppose. So let's go ahead and put in a couple of wells here. There we go. 2 right there ought to do something. Pretty happy with this, though. Gotta say, it's looking pretty nice. If I was truly intelligent, I would have made this the exact correct size. Oh, it is close. It is close. Not doing too bad here. Not too shabby. Go ahead and get this lined up a little bit more. That's probably about as good as that's ever going to get. Leave that there. That's close enough. See if I can fill that in. Is it going to let me? Okay, that worked there. That worked there. This might actually be too close. Too short, yep. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. That will enhance the appearance just a little bit. They don't have anything we can really use either. The last house here is fully complete. Looks like these are all new. Wow, look at these people. Got 7 came in. We still have a ton of open vacancies. These people gotta get something going on. Wow, we're filling up the graveyard. It's gonna be time for another graveyard pretty soon. But first, we'll get this granary set up. We just did pass 1,200 people, which is a nice milestone. Probably are getting to a pretty natural stopping point for the stream once we get a couple more things set up. So we will take care of that. And we'll see where we are in about another 10 minutes or so. 5-10 minutes. It is almost 10 o'clock here. So hopefully, if you are still hanging out here, you're still having a good time. Although I appreciate you coming out and being a part of the stream. Alright, so we have these granaries here. Now, we just need to come in with... These aren't lined up. These are very slightly offset. Okay, well that's annoying. Well, I'll just have to take that knowledge with me to the grave. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think we can just line these up. Right along the back here. Can I do 3, 4? Might be able to do 5 or 6. Okay, so I've got this here. I'm going to, since these are basically free to build, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple more. Now this is concerning. Okay, that scared me, so we're going to save. Which I just realized I had not done this entire time, hour and a half. Alright, that was a little puckering of an experience there. Okay. Then we'll get this lined up here. Kind of in the middle, so that's going to be 5. We, of course, need 8. That's our typical thing we end up doing. So go ahead and put 1 here. One here. That gets us to 7. And actually, since we can, we'll put in right in the middle. We'll do 2 back to back. Why? Because we can. That'll work just fine. So we'll take these 7 right here and go down the gamut of every item. And then our last 4 here. And then, of course, we will duplicate the high demand items. All right, so then we have these 2 in the middle. Are going to be, of course, firewood, clothing, shoes, and warm clothing. And then over here, we're going to do firewood again. And I bet you can't guess, firewood, firewood, and firewood, because these people are always complaining about not having firewood. So we can just go over here and copy these, and these should be ready to go. We've created a ton of new jobs, but they should be filled relatively quickly. And there we go. Farms are looking like they've harvested and taken care of completely. How do we have... Okay, that's empty. It needs to be planted again. That's fine. We have 3 of these. All done. These are looking good. These are looking good. This farm is looking good. Yeah, we made a lot of progress. Lots and lots of good stuff. These pigs are not multiplying. Why is that? Are they just too lazy to reproduce? Well, I think we've got a lot of good stuff here. I appreciate that this is actually modeled to be non-symmetrical here. I think that's pretty nice. And now we have these pathways are starting to develop here. So we'll have to add some more stuff to kind of separate all this. But I'm glad we have these trees up as a wall here. See, look at this. Our empire is so big it cannot be fit in one single overview. 1,213 residents. The whole horizon everywhere is just houses. I think that's nice. Looks pretty good to me. We've got all these forestries working hard. We've got our chickens over here doing seemingly okay, despite not having a ton of wheat. But there's provisions here to store stuff appropriately. I think the less flour we export is probably going to be better. We built this, we're not even using it. I guess I just built it to test something in another episode and never got rid of it. Okay, we can import wheat. We're absolutely going to do that. Always take the chance to do that. Textile too, probably. We have money. We have so much money. We can afford to do it. Looking good to me. We'll import some chickens. Why not? We have plenty of metal parts. We have plenty of honey. Plenty of broadcloth. Plenty of warm clothing. And here's our snow. Yeah, 1763. So we've gone through, looks like about 3 full years of this live stream here. So I think this is probably about as good a spot as any to go ahead and sign off for the night. So if you are here watching still, thank you so much for being a part of everything. I genuinely appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. I know I did. I love Let's Game It Out. Quality videos. Go check them out. But yeah, thanks for being here for the live stream. We'll have another episode coming tomorrow morning on YouTube at I think 10:30 a.m. Eastern times when those normally go up. So that'll be there. We'll be back to Timberborn on Tuesday. And I also have Twitch stuff coming up, depending on how I feel after I record the next OSTRIV. I might do something on Twitch a little later tonight. So if you're not aware, we'll be having fun over there at twitch.tv/jcthebeard. So if you're not following me on there, make sure you get followed and don't miss any of that stuff. We got all sorts of fun stuff coming up. Just, again, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. For the love of life. Later, bro. Have a great night. Thanks so much. YouTube, thanks for hanging out. Steven, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. Robert the Rooster, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. Anyone else I didn't mention by name, if you're still here, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you.